My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 9th, 2023. It is 4:56 a.m. I was trying to finish edit the video that I recorded late afternoon yesterday. So I just finished it and I have time, and I should be reading the witness statement because I haven't finished it yet. But I've been trying to keep up with what's going on Twitter with the court case, and I'm going through stuff, and I was like, you know what, let me just record some stuff, and whenever I get the chance to edit, I'll edit. And I think I have maybe 9 or 10 tweets to share with you. I may not even go over all of them because it's like 5 o'clock right now and my sons are about to get up. Okay, so let's get going. All right, Harry is behaving more like a king than his father. All right, let's see here. Speaking in his witness statement, the Duke of Sussex said, quote, "On a national level, as at the moment, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom." He continues, "Democracy fails when your press fails to scrutinize and hold the government accountable, and instead choose to get in bed with them so they can ensure the status quo. I may not have a role within the institution, but as a member of the British royal family and as a soldier upholding important value, I feel there's a responsibility to expose this criminal activity in the name of public interest. The country and the British public deserve to know the depths of what was actually happening then and did now. We will be better off for it." All right, so there's that. Let's see some of the comment. Okay, get them, Harry. I hope I didn't cover this already because I don't want to waste time on that. "This breaks my heart." He says, as a soldier and a member of the royal family, he feels duty. God bless Prince Harry. All right, so there's that. There's the clap. Truth. Okay, HRH, Prince Harry is Princess Diana's son. He was her king. She knew who he was. He is a king and son to his mother. Okay, royal family fans furious at Prince William for calling Princess Diana paranoid. I mean, now they're upset about it? I mean, the moment the word came out of his mouth, I can't believe it. Okay, where were they? They were too busy listening to the tabloid, avoid to listen to what was coming out of each of those people's mouth. The moment he said it, I saw the press conference. I remember coming across the tweet. I think it was Omid who tweeted it, where he was giving the press conference. And I kept it, and I was like, I'm not going to watch it until I'm ready to record and stuff like that. When I was listening to it, I was recording, and I was shocked to hear him say his mother, you know, something about paranoid, and it drive his the royal family and make his mother and all sort of nonsense. The moment he said it, I was like, what? You should be like protecting her legacy, protecting what she was fighting for. But instead, he shift the blame to BBC and then make it seem like BBC is the one that was driving his mother's crazy and make the relationship between his parents worse. My goodness.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
I feel like it's, you know, the three in the marriage wrote the thing for him and then just for him to go and recite it. Okay, that is because he is King Harry. All right, there's that. After this, that's it. Okay, that's King. We all know you are. All right, like a boss, good King Harry. Okay, doing king things for real, feeling full of pride for Prince Harry, for having the courage to speak his truth. It takes a strong, brave person to stand up to injustice, and here he is doing just that. And I think what Harry just did here, just give the UK a lifeline, similar to what the voters in the US did in 2020 to give the US a lifeline. Okay, so whoever was hypnotized in the UK, I hope this opened their eyes, because you have one of the prominent individual who was way up there. He didn't have to look anybody to say, oh, let me help you. He could have just stayed up there in his little bubble and do what he needs to do to have fun or enjoy his life. But he decided to shed light onto the injustice that's going on to all those little people at the bottom. I hope that opened their eyes. So when it comes to election, you don't think black people or foreigners or immigrants are coming to take over. I mean, I'm not telling you to let your guard down. You just never know. Okay, it's good to protect your land, and everybody's supposed to protect their land. Okay? But if you think immigrants is gonna come and take your country, then you're not doing something right. Because one thing you should look at, how are you feeling right now? Is your life better off? Then you put the same people back in office, meaning that those MPs or prime ministers or whatever. All right, let's move on to the next one. But Harry decided to look back to help you and shed light. It is, from this point on, it's up to you to open your eyes and make the right choice. All right, next tweet. Prince Harry has been tortured since his birth with press intrusion. The press even took photos of his dying mother, yet he is painting as the problem, not the media. He's described as, quote, addicted to litigation. What? Okay. Until he lives an unhappy, frustrated life. I'm not gonna share, was it the Telegraph? I'll just read the comment. Prince Harry and the problem of litigation addiction. Okay, they don't know what to say anymore because none of their nonsense is sticking. My goodness. Hyper litigious people often live unhappy, frustrated life, according to expert. Well, there's Harry. He told you that already. His father went through some ordeal when he was growing up, and his father knew the experience that he had as a child was painful. And he specifically told Harry, according to Harry, that based on the way his father lived his life, Harry should live his life just like that.
My father used to say to me when I was younger, he used to say to both William and I, well, it was like that for me, so it's going to be like that for you.
And Harry was saying, wait a second, I need to stop and think now. You say you were having pain. Now I'm paraphrasing. You were having pain growing up, and you want me to go through that same pain as you? No, thank you.
That doesn't make sense. Just because you suffered, that doesn't mean that your kids have to suffer.
I'm gonna shift, different direction. At least, okay, I'll figure it out. Okay, but I'm not gonna go through something that you already experienced. You knew it was bad, and for me to go through the same process? Harry was like, no, thank you.
In fact, quite the opposite. If you suffered, do everything you can to make sure that whatever negative experiences that you had, that you can make it right for your kids.
And I already felt a portion of it, so I'm not gonna have my kids, which is Lily and Lilibet and Archie. He's not gonna have his kids go through the same thing. So he's trying to change the course, okay, for his kid not to have the same experience. Isn't the Telegraph going out of business? See, they're trying. None of their nonsense is sticking up. All right, Harry need help. You sure? I think he's doing pretty good here. He's not going to find the kind of help he needs, parading himself and his family all over the media or in Netflix series. The sooner he realizes that, the better off he and his family will be. I think he's better off right now. Okay, but you guys keep on banging your head on the wall and expecting a different outcome. He banged his head on the wall already, and he's not seeing any difference. So he decided to move out of that infested place and to create a different life.
We chose to put our mental health first. That's what we're doing, and that's what we will continue to do. Isn't this all about breaking the cycle? Isn't this all about making sure that history doesn't repeat itself? That whatever pain and suffering has happened to you, that you don't pass on?
My goodness, these people always feel like everybody else is the problem, but not them. There he is. He left the institution. He left the country. You deal with your issues. Just don't talk about him once this litigation is done. My goodness. Okay, Harry is doomed to lose. It's fine, but at least he's exposed the truth, the nonsense that was going on. This is the fear they keep on telling everybody. Don't try this, don't sue. The same thing they told his wife when the paper invaded into her privacy between her and her father. She did what she needed to do and then bounced. Okay, whether or not he win or lose, but he did the right thing. Okay, Harry is doomed to lose because he is fighting the media and they are too strong. That's the thing. It's the same narrative. It's the same narrative these people have. They're not even trying. They're putting that fear onto people. His case is strong. His mother and many others have been hounded, in many cases to death, by vicious tabloids that just want to tear them down or use invasive paparazzi photos to make money. Okay, so when is this gonna stop? So all of these people rather live in fear and torture. Oh my God, are they gonna tap my phone? Oh, I should not be using this. Let me do that just in case they tap it. When is the fear gonna stop? My goodness. This person said, are you the judge? Exactly. Okay, and he is a cahoot with a journalist who saw his dying mother picture because he's making money out of it. So he's an apparent hypocrite. I don't know anything about that. Are they talking, do they have the right brother? I don't think they had the right brother. Okay, they've been trying to tell him who he is all his life. The strength of this man to walk his own path, head held high, doing work he loves and defending his family is something to behold. I'm telling you, he's gonna go down in history as that, because if we leave it up to the royal family to write the history for him, forget it. This is already burnt. I remember how the royal family, the institution, loved to destroy proof. Okay, so this would have been that, but luckily it's on record. The whole world is watching, so everybody have their own perspective of that. But the narrative that the tabloid been painting him, we're not gonna buy it. Okay, he is living a happy and fulfilled life with his wife and children. Leave them alone. That's it. Or try reporting actual news and there will be no litigation. That's it. Okay, no crime, no litigation. The media should leave him alone or else. That's it. Okay, I agree with some of that. I don't think having a privileged upbringing is torturous. Well, you do not know. You do not know. There's people who have tons of money. They're still not happy. This is a life he was born into. Okay, his mother used to give him the attention that he needed as a child. Okay, they took that away from him. Since his mother's death, I don't think he has been living the kind of happy life that he once had. Okay, they ignore him. They use him to prop up themselves and the others. So you do not know, just because he grew up in that doesn't mean he was happy. My goodness, there is something missing. Oh my God. I agree with some of that. I don't think having a privileged upbringing is torturous, and the royal do have strict protocol. That alone should give you a hint. Maybe that strict protocol is very confined. It's almost like being in jail. Okay, you can't even go out and do certain things freely. How is that? That little part alone is enough for me to say, no, thank you. Okay. Okay, let's go back. I don't think having a privileged upbringing is torturous, and the royals do have strict protocol in place with the press with regard and intrusion, but not him. The others, the heir to the throne, they protect it. All right, but him, they leave him to the wolves. We call the royal rats rules. They could do whatever they want.
Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. No, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was, to boost William and Kate, and the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far.
Absolutely.
But it's all history now, isn't it?
But it's not history, because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
I don't think having a privileged upbringing is torturous, and the royals do have strict protocol in place with the press with regard and intrusion, but not him. The others, the heir to the throne, they protect it. Alright? But him, they leave him to the wolves. We call the royal rats wolves. They could do whatever they want.
And I suspect, probably for the likes of someone like me that has covered the royals for the past sort of 15, 16 years, there will be points where it's going to feel pretty uncomfortable, because it's very obvious that Harry feels that there has been a sort of unwritten pact between the media and the palace, and that he has suffered as a result of it.
Well, let's be fair. That's kind of true. I mean, there is a royal protocol. All of us journalists who come up close to the royal family have to adhere to certain rules.
You have to play by the rule book.
You have to play by the rule book, and newspapers know as well that if they fall foul, if the heir or the next in line to the throne is wronged, it doesn't get looked upon favourably by.
Yes and no, and I think you're right as well. And I think there is absolutely a sort of, listen, if you don't play by the rules, if you're going to be difficult or break those rules, then you'll be out. Does happen. It's not to say the papers won't be critical of William, but I was reminded and wrote a commentary piece in Vanity Fair last night about Harry feeling that he would always cop the flak and William would get away scot-free. Now, he raised the episode over the Nazi-wearing scandal in the last 3 episodes and said it was his biggest mistake of his life, his greatest regret. He was shopping with William for that costume when he chose it. William could have said, well, maybe this isn't the best idea, could have perhaps helped his brother out, but it was Harry that got the flak for that.
The latest trailer from the new section of Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentaries, where he's said that they, whoever they is, but it's the palace or the media, wouldn't tell the truth to protect us, but they would do to protect William. Well, I mean, I'm pretty fed up with Harry and Meghan, to be honest with you, and I think most people are, and, they need to just go away and live their lives. However, having said that, there is probably some truth in that, in the sense that the palace in particular was very keen to make sure that the heir to the throne was protected, and Harry could be sacrificed if necessary. And actually, when I was working, I shouldn't give the name of the paper, but I was doing a piece for one of the nationals, writing a piece. And I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told I could say what I want about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor. So I think there was an element.
The aides really speak quite badly about.
Oh, well, the way that Meghan is spoken about by the people that have had to deal with her is quite frightening.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
pleased she's gone.
Yeah, she's not.
When you say aides, you mean
aides to William and Kate and other members of the royal family. They're pleased.
You know, Prince Harry's got 3 pieces of litigation going on against the Mail, against the Murdoch Company, and today his case against the Daily Mirror starts. The significance of Harry is twofold. A, he's got enough money that he is saying, I don't care what you offer me, I don't care how much it costs if I lose, I'm going to have a hearing. Do you know there's nearly 2,000 phone hacking cases have been silenced, where the people suing have been paid off before they could get to court. The risks of going on were just too terrifying financially. Okay, so we are moving towards an evidentiary hearing. The other point of Harry is, if, as is expected, he turns up to give evidence, The newspapers who would like to ignore this story can't do that. They're going to have to cover it. It's beautiful. But what isn't going to happen is that you're going to see structural reform of newspapers in this country so that they start telling the truth instead of dealing in falsehood and distortion. If we had succeeded, we would have that. This country would still be in the European Union if we'd achieved that. But you still have newspapers who abuse their power and using falsehood, distortion, and spite damage this country over and over again.
Look at it. He even said the father held him from pursuing it. What I think was happening, they were trying to kill time. Okay, when they realized that he's not gonna stop, okay, somebody had to go under the bus to be protected from not being prosecuted. My goodness. Okay, the regard to intrusion, especially with younger members of the royal family. Okay, there's the laugh. The criminal is trying to lecture the victim and society that it's wrong to fight to crime. Now, who does that thinking benefit? The criminal or society? Are we now supposed to make it easy for criminals to escape punishment? Thank you. This is a very well put. Okay, the problem is he's not letting them get away with it. That's it. He's been saying that. There's a part he can't believe they're writing all sort of things. And the thing is that this didn't have to get to this far, because the minute they, way before he was this trial in particular, okay, he went to IPSO. What is it? How do they call it? IPSO, okay, to make complaint about the paper. They turn a blind eye. So he never go to them anymore because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So he goes to the court. Whether or not he win or lose, he's doing the right thing, because they inflict too many pain on a lot of people, the little people who can't really fight them. Okay, next tweet. The problem for Piers Morgan, British media and the exec editors is the palace no longer has control over Harry, and they are all to blame for this. If they hadn't smeared Meghan and pushed Harry to leave the UK with her, they may have escaped their predicament. Harry is free and avenge mode. That's it.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
That's it. And he's like, he doesn't want to raise his kids by himself. He wants to create that little family. He wants his wife to be there to help him raise his kids because he went through it. He was a child. I'm telling you, I think this boiled down to this. Those who have been listening to me, okay, this I'm not telling you to go do, but just listening to some of my humble opinion. One of the things I used to think about is what happened after Princess Diana died. What happened to Harry and the castle? I'm imagining, okay, it may not go like that, but my mental went to that state of mind, seeing a little boy in a castle. You have strange people, you know, all those people working, all right, him in there, they don't give a shit about him. Okay, yes, they will, I don't know, bow to him because they know he's the son of Charles or whatever, and Princess Diana, but the mom is not there. What happened? What goes in there? And I could never penetrate that mental aspect. What do they do to him? What happened after his mom died? I could never have any answer to that question. Okay, so Harry knows something went in there after his mom passed, where he wants to make sure he's not the only one raising those kids. Okay, let's see here. Oh, there's my comment. I forgot I responded to that. The fool who walked Meghan down the aisle is looking extra foolish. May the fool be reminded he is a fool for the rest of his life. I did that 11 hours ago. Okay, remember Harry is avenging his mother too. There's that. Yep. I'm sure said royal family are kicking themselves for running the Sussexes out of England. I don't know. The thing is that these people, they never want to admit they're wrong. They rather keep on pushing the same narrative to make sure you get their point. They're not done. I'm telling you, our prayers needs to be ramped up because these people are so foolish and stupid. Okay, Harry been saying for years how much he wanted to get back at the British media for all the lies they have told about him, his mother and the royal family. He was a bit naive there. Well, he's no longer working for the crown, government, and now live in the US with shitload of money. That's for sure. I mean, that thing he just did here, whether he win or lose, those kids who left behind in the royal family, okay, so they better be careful. The tabloid better be careful with them, because at some point those kids gonna be women and men, so they get to do what they need to do. All right, and Harry have already start showing them the path. All right, path of escape. They have smeared them so much that they are now unsmearable. That's for sure. Like, what else can you say or even do? It's a blessing in disguise somehow. I'm telling you. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, they have, okay, that's the one I just read. Penny wise and pound foolish. That's for sure. Okay, 100% big mistake. Huge. Any of them with skeleton in their cupboard should be worried. That's why so many journalists are on the warpath. They're scared and defense mode. All right, there's the bullseye here. All of them, every damn one of them, the royal family and the tabloid underestimated Harry. He's gonna bring them all down. I mean, for some of you who are new, go on my PYTE. I did a video and I call it Illusion. It has many parts, and there's one of it that has all part of it in one video. I'm telling you, at the end, and I showed that dragon from Game of Thrones burning everything down. Okay, I even make fun of the Sussex Squad too. Okay, so Harry, he doesn't care. They should have leave Meghan alone. All right, next tweet. Okay, Charles Spencer came to his nephew's defense on Twitter. All right, from Town&Country. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna click on it to get the link and then share it with you. No, you out. I don't have any thing to. I hope somebody how do you call this, archive it, because I don't have access. Okay, let's see. Princess Diana's brother critiques media coverage of Prince Harry's trial. Charles Spencer came to his nephew's defense on Twitter. All right, there's this. This is somebody I blocked. Okay, Harry's real family. Is that? Let's see here. Okay, who is that? There are time I see people I blocked, but I didn't really block. Okay, the same one who abandoned Diana and her sons and his own daughters. Okay, he has his own issues too. Said that the other side of his family couldn't stand for what was right, giving their invisible contract with tabloid, as he should. That is what a good uncle does, protect his sister's son. Okay, and I love it, as he should. Okay, about time. He is a fearless uncle. I remember at the age of 35, he took on the royal family and the press when her sister Princess Diana was killed. Is it his sister? Thank God Harry has his uncle Charles, the only stable father figure in his life. His biological father is hiding under one of his cows right now. What is it? There's that person. Is it Tiggy? And there's some people he look up to that he had mentioned. Okay, there's that. It's about time. The two a-hole. Okay, I don't know. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, that's about the uncle as well. Prince Harry with his mom's side of the family. Okay, it's so cute, I just can't. All right, I often forget that while Harry lost a mom and the rest of the world lost the princess of our hearts, there were some who lost a sister. All right, the way their eyes all lit up when they saw Harry that day. He spent a long time shouting to his uncle and aunt. Toby, the other brother, barely said hello to any of them, saying a lot. Okay, the two sisters went to Princess Lilibet's christening. Okay, I've heard other people say that, but I don't know if it's true. Okay, he has family. This makes me good. Whoever that is in the flower dress, goodness, her mannerism, also like Diana, and her hair had to do a double take. Okay, in this country we say moms. When was that taken? These evidence photos tend to be as old as the hill. So that's that. This one that looked like the Diana. Alright, this is a video. Oh shoot. Alright, make sure it stays there. This is a video. Okay, my son should be waking up soon, and I have 3 more after that. This is 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Excellent phone hacking trial, Prince Harry. Okay, Aisha Hazarika, quote, Prince Harry says he is being brutalized by the press. If there was no bad practice going on, why is that so many newspaper groups have spent so much money setting these claims out of court? Okay, so let's listen.
Well, I feel that this legal action from Prince Harry is a long time coming. He's somebody who's been very honest about the fact that he feels he's been brutalised by the press. And I have to say, I have quite a lot of sympathy for how he was treated, particularly as a very young boy. He's clearly haunted by what happened to his mother. And I think we sometimes forget with Prince Harry now, because he is this very divisive, he's quite a polarising character now. He was just a very young child when his mother died, and he was essentially sort of stalked by the press through his teenage years. And so I think it's done a huge amount of damage to him. I think it meant that he was not able to trust people. I think it reduced his chances of having relationships, friendships. And I think sometimes when we look at celebrities, and particularly people like Prince Harry, members of the royal family, we do sometimes forget that they are human beings as well, with feelings. And just because they're in the public eye, it doesn't mean that they just have to be commodified and brutalised the entire time.
So where do you draw the line, Aisha? So, for example, one of the things Harry's complained about is the amount of coverage there was of his relationship with Chelsea Davy, a girlfriend of his. He said found it was impossible to have a relation in that situation. Do you think it shouldn't be mentioned at all in the papers? Do you think there should be a bit, but not too much? I mean, where do you think the line should be drawn? Because people are, like it or not, some people are interested.
People are interested. And look, we have a fantastic, on the whole, press in this country, and we need to have a free press and a robust press that holds power to account. But I think in order to do that, it's got to be a clean press, it's got to be a fair press, and it has to operate with some ethics as well. And I think the issue for Prince Harry, it's not just him as well. He's in quite a unique position to take on the press like this, because to take on the press, you have to not be running for power in this country. You've got to not be wanting to be a very famous person. He is a rich and famous person. He's got his status. That can't be taken away from him. So I think he's sort of doing this because he does want to try and have a conversation about press ethics as well. But a big question in all of this is, if there was no bad practice going on, why is it that so many newspaper groups have spent so much money settling these claims out of court? Ask yourself that question.
Very interesting. I didn't even stop at all. I don't know when I'm editing if I have anything to say, but this was pretty good. Okay, truth. Let's see what other people say inside this one, because it's a retweet of a retweet. Okay, well said. Thanks. I believe this is a clear example of res ipsa loquitur. If only one case is needed to meet the burden of proof, Harry should prevail. Okay, how about just saying we should draw the line at illegal practices? The press isn't above the law. Yeah, that's all I've been reading from different places. Oh, you can't win if you fight the press and all that. I mean, you would think they would do something different, but they keep on doing it. The Levison one, from what I've heard, they were phone hacking, and then they were trying to put a stop to that. What did they do? Well, they did put a stop to it from going to Levison too, but they went back to doing illegality kind of things. My goodness. How about just saying, okay, I did that already. Harry is not divisive. Okay, it is the media which create the division around him. Okay, Aisha, just one point. I totally agree with you, but Harry is not divisive. It is the media who is divisive. They create that division to radicalize hate. Okay, these people get on my damn nerves when they belittle Prince Harry while elevating the royal family. Who are the divisive people? Members of the royal family? Without Charles and his leaking, Diana will still be alive. Prince Harry will be happy. Royal family is the problem. They encourage trash tabloid to harm others. Alright, let's go to the next one. Okay, who is his tailor? That is one well-fitted suit looking sharp dude. Alright, so there's that. Okay, Dior, of course, Dior. Meghan Markle has definitely elevated this handsome prince that used to shop at sale day at TJ Maxx, whatever the second-hand UK version, and walk around with holes in his shoes. I understand why Brits hate Meghan Markle. She rescued Prince Harry and they needed him to shellbone an egg. Okay, so there's that. British fashion designer. Why I should read the other article. Okay, where does the nonsense that Meghan Markle paid for award she has received originate? Is it from the same nonsensical source that claimed Prince William donated his murder payout? Probably. Okay, it's literally come from the same people who say Harry and Meghan are broke and desperate for money. I wish I was as broke and desperate for money as Harry and Meghan. There's the laugh. Okay, I will see it on the Rangers page before I block them. It's something someone decide to claim and spread like wildfire as fact actually proves hate is an easier sell than truth. Jealousy is tough. They are justifying the fact that the one award William and Kate got, they gave it to themselves, so they are projecting since William and Kate aren't recognized for their work. Okay, wow. Wasn't the other of their bogus claim that royal that gives award, they don't receive them. Basically, William and Kate gave an award to themselves. They literally pulled that one out of their own asses. Alright, let's go to the last one. Okay, I see I put LOL. Okay, so there's this here. Oh, let me pause it so YouTube don't flag me because of the violence here. Okay, every now and then I stumble on tweets when someone insults Meghan, and the way the Sussex squad pounds on them is shocking even to me. How do you find all these random haters to curse is beyond me. I just saw that 36 minutes ago. Okay, there's me laughing. There's that. When I see tweet from a Rangers on my timeline, it's because the squad is dragging them to hell and back. That is true. Chill. There's that. People are laughing. The problem is we really don't bother nobody, but they come when no one sent for them, then they have to get dealt with. Yeah. Alright, there's the laugh. There's this. People are laughing. I have lost many account. Okay, I have lost many account. What does that mean? Okay, I try to be a good girl. I'm as black, but when the Sussex squad are doing something right and proving once again how evil the royal family, royal rats, and British media are like, they come out like flies. They don't understand or respond to gentle correction of their misinformation, so they have to get cussed. That's why whenever Harry and Meghan are doing something good, they all come out to just hate. My notification, I'm done. Okay, all I'm thinking, okay, so this is a little bit politics. Okay, so it's about Trump, I think. When did I do that? Okay, 11:29 when I first started recording. Is he crying? All right, let's see here. Is he actually crying? Probably is. What is he saying too?
Not just extreme carelessness with classified material, which is still totally disqualifying. This is calculated, deliberate, premeditated misconduct, followed by a cover-up that included false statements and lies to Congress, the media, and the American people.
Oh my goodness. All I'm thinking is the Americans who risked their lives to get those FBI information and those files. For this guy to just come in to pretty much profit from them, he didn't want to serve when he was asked. I mean, people who care about freedom better pay attention, all right, to people like it. All right, so let's do a prayer for Harry and Meghan. Prayer, let's do for protection And let's do savior. I don't know this word. Oh damn, look how protection and savior. Okay, there's none. Let's do an image. Quick image. Let's do this one. Okay, protection prayer, spirit of corruption. Wow. Righteous Savior, I adore you, Christ Jesus. I come before you and ask for protection from the spirit of corruption. I pray that everything I do and word or deed is done for you. Help me to be faithful in all things. Protect me from the devil who will try to manipulate me and to stand from your will. Jesus, your scripture says, quote, the devil entered Judas, then he betrayed you. Oh Jesus, drive every spirit of immorality, dishonesty, and deception from the devil out of my life. In your holy name I pray, amen. Oh my God, this one hit right out of the park. Nail on the head. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.